This is the Middle Tennessee High School Sports Show with your host, Mike Strasinger.
All right, welcome back to the third episode of the Middle Tennessee High School Sports Show. I'm Mike Strasinger. This is
Jacob Gholson. Glad to be back with y'all.
All right, thanks for tuning in. I want to thank everybody who's subscribed so far. This is really going well, I think. I hope y'all are liking it. We're out here again at the corner pub in the woods. Phenomenal food, great family restaurant. It's really nice. Appreciate the help and support. Woods Murphy and his staff. Thank you so much. We're getting back into it. We're continuing our review of last year's seasons in some sports, and we're going to preview this year's seasons. We've talked about volleyball and soccer and football in other episodes. And today we're going to talk about cross country and golf, because these kids, they're out there trying just as much as anybody else, and they're out there running in the heat right now. So it's brutal. So here we go. I want to ask anybody that hasn't subscribed yet to please do so. Tell your friends. There's a ways
spread the word.
There's ways to follow us, and that's what this is all about. So we're going to continue our preview thing, but next week we'll get into our regular format where we'll do that, just looking at last week's games and previewing this week's games and stuff. So let's take a look at cross country. Jacob's going to talk now. Before I send it to Jacob, now Jacob ran cross country, so you're aware of how it works. But cross country, the schools are divided into four classifications. In Division I is small schools and large schools. Then Division II, Class A and Class AA. And the way it's scored, so there's no district, there's no standings during the regular season. Everybody's just trying to get to the state meet. And then once you do get to the state meet, after you qualify through your regional meet, then it just comes down to the scoring system, obviously. And if you come in first, you get 1 point. Come in second, you get 2 points, and fourth, 4 points, and so on. Then they take the top 5 scorers from your school. You run 7 athletes, take the top 5, and then they add up your score, and the lowest score wins. That's how that works. That's what's up.
That is.
So Jacob, why don't you tell us about last year's winners?
All right, let's dive on in. So first on the girls' side in Division I small schools, last year it was Signal Mountain in first and University School of Johnson City as runner-up. Now moving on to large schools, Knoxville West got first and Farragut was second. Moving on to Division II Single A, Webb School of Knoxville got first place and St. George's was second. Finally, in Division II AA, it was BA in first and Harpeth Hall as runner-up. Moving on to the boys' side, in Division I small schools, it was University School of Johnson City as champion and Signal Mountain as runner-up. In Division I large schools, it was Siegel as champion and Bartlett as runner-up. Moving on to Division II Single A, Chattanooga Christian won over University School of Nashville. And in Division II AA, Brentwood Academy again got first and McCauley was runner-up. So Mike, what do you see for this year?
All right, good job with that.
Thank you.
Now, what I did, I looked at the scores from last year, and it's real easy to figure out, who did well. The scores are all there. So I just eliminated who graduated, and I'm assuming that everybody's coming back. There probably won't be everybody, but let's assume everybody comes back. Then just I look at it on paper, who should win. We'll see how it holds up. In Division I small schools, Signal Mountain returns just about all their entire team, so they're pretty much a lock to win that. Individually, Signal Mountain sophomores, Tara Jessen, who came in third last year, she probably has the best chance of winning this year. Now, I want to talk, East Nashville has a young lady named Sadie Frogue, and Sadie came in, I think it was 14th last year. She fought through an injury. She's a really great kid. I've met her. I've been covering her for 4 years now, I think, and she's a great kid. She runs the track and field as well, runs the distance races on the track. And last year, like I said, she had a little injury, but still got 14th. Wow. And this year, I think if she's healthy, stays healthy, I think she has a good shot at getting in the top 5. Awesome. She's a great kid. I really like her a lot. Now moving on, Division I large schools division, I think it'll be between Brentwood and Knoxville West. Brentwood traditionally, always a powerhouse in cross country and distance races. Individually now, junior Lee Walters of Page High has a great shot to win it all. She finished third last year. And Division II Single A, Knoxville Webb won fairly easily last year, but they lose 5 to graduation, including Nikki Nariani, who is this incredible athlete. She won the cross-country state championship. She also won in track in the spring. She won the 800, the 1600, the 3200 in the same day.
Wow.
Okay, and now she's gone, but she's going to Vanderbilt, so we're real happy about that.
Anchor down.
Individually, Lucy Rutherford of Davidson Academy, Mia Owens of University School, and Lacey Shepard of CPA could hit the top. I overlooked University School in Nashville and St. George's, though, have a shot at replacing Knoxville Webb as champion. In Division II AA, it looks like Brentwood Academy to win again despite losing Coco Holiday. She runs for Virginia now, pretty decent school.
Yep.
She's gone, but they return Kylie Whitman and Whitney Powell and Elizabeth Heckman. Harpeth Hall is going to bring back Alex Massey. She's a great distance runner, but also a great swimmer, if you didn't know. So if she has any kind of legs left, she could hit the top 5.
Yep.
Alex is a member of the swimming team, the national champion swimming team from Harpeth Hall. Now on the boys' side, the Division I small school is really dominated by East Tennessee. Signal Mountain and University School of Johnson City appear loaded again and should battle it out for the team spot. Individually, Fairview's Tanner Peterson down the road here, he has a great shot of finishing near the front. In Division I large schools, Siegel returns everybody from their championship team, so they're a lock. And they should win easily, led by seniors Kanan Anderson and Seth Robinson. Individually now, Lebanon Junior, Aiden Britt has a chance at the top spot. He finished 6th last year, but the 5 runners that finished ahead of him were seniors. They're gone.
Wow.
And he was only 30 seconds back. Now you ran cross country. Now check this out. Aiden runs by himself. He's qualified as an individual. Now, how hard is it running as an individual as opposed to running as a member of a team?
Well, when I ran, I had my whole team there with me, so I had some guys in front of me and some guys behind me. And those that were in front of me, I would make sure they were within sight distance. I try and keep as close as I could to them. But when you're by yourself, you really don't have anybody to pace with, so you're on your own. I mean, I'm sure his teammates will be there on the sideline to help cheer him on, but when you don't have that reference point, it's a little bit tough during the race to know if you're killing yourself early or if you're going the right pace to get a good time.
All right, so we're going to look for Aiden Britt to do well, hopefully hit the top spot.
Yeah, of course.
In Division II, Single A, University School of Nashville and Chattanooga Christian will race for the team championship. University School of Nashville returns Nick Siders, Timothy Hayes, and Pelham Burgesson, and they all could win individually as well. Now, FRA's Andrew Cox won individually last year. It was a bit of a surprise. He was expected to do well, but when he came down the hill all by himself, I heard a lot of people going, who is that? That's Andrew Cox, from FRA. So since he's last year's champion, he's the one to beat.
Yep. In
Division II AA, BA nearly pulled off the perfect score last year. You know what a perfect score in cross country is?
We finished 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
And they just missed. They finished 4 out of the top 5. They lost a lot of those to graduation, however. This year it will be between Macaulay and MBA. MBA returns 6 and Macaulay 5. Individually, it could come down to BA's Caden Duro and MBA's Hall Griffith. That's it for cross country. We're going to come back and talk about golf in just a second.
Perfect.
So now we're going to move on to golf. Now, golf is actually the first state championship to be decided in the area. They're going to be playing in late September, to be honest, real quick. They're already out there playing matches. The school's barely started.
Yeah.
Now, golf, like cross country, doesn't have standings and regular season district winners and whatever. They're out there trying to get better right now, qualifying for the regional and then state. And then once they make state, then on the boys, the way the boys do it, you take 5 golfers and the top 4 scores count. The girls take 3 and the top 2 scores count.
You're good. All right, Mike, let's dive on in, starting with the girls' side. In Division I small schools, it was Summertown winning the team championship, led by Kaylee Campbell winning the individual title as well. In the large school division, Station Camp won the team title. Isabella Vanderbeist won the individual title, and Lynn Lim of Station Camp was runner-up. Moving on to Division II Single A, FRA won the team title, led by Angelina Chan, who won individually as well. And moving on finally to Division II AA, St. Agnes won the team title, led by the phenomenal Rachel Heck, who is now headed to Stanford to continue her career. And then Innsworth finished runner-up. Moving on to the boys' side now in small school division, Signal Mountain won the team title. Cascade's Evan Woosley was Middle Tennessee's best, finishing as runner-up. Now in the large school division, in a rain-shortened tournament, so what happens with that?
Yeah, so last year, the second day, these tournaments are 2-day events, and they hold them over a series of 3 weeks. And so when the large schools the term was going on, it rained so hard the second day they had to just cancel it, and then whoever was leading after day one is determined as champion.
So that worked out well for Science Hill as they won the team title, with Dixon County's Cameron Tankersley and Ty Beasley finishing in a tie for third. Moving on to Division II Single A, Christian Academy in Knoxville won the title with CPA second and FRA third. Individually, FRA's Josh Holtschag finished in a tie for second. In Division II AA, Baylor won the team title, while MBA and Innsworth tied for second. Now individually, Julian Maxwell of Innsworth was our top finisher, coming in as runner-up. All yours, Mike. What you got for this year?
You were done, man. Great job. All right, thanks, Jacob.
Yep.
And thanks so much for stepping in here and doing such a great job.
No worries. I'm enjoying it.
Really, you're doing well at this, I think. All right, so in D1 girls small schools, it looks like Summertown again. All right, they got this clan of Campbell girls down there. They've got cousins. I don't know if they're cousins or sisters. I think they're cousins. Kaylee, Laney, and Tori. They should get Summertown another title. In Division I, large schools, Station Camp and Ravenwood have the best shot at getting a title. Division IIA, look for FRA again. They graduated Angelina Chan. She's going to be at the Naval Academy now. But they've got Tsunami Polito coming back, and Emily Wilson. I think FRA is going to have enough with those two to get it done. Innsworth might challenge for the team title in Division II AA. St. Agnes, they lost Rachel Heck, but they've got Anna Heck, younger sister, coming in. Same thing with Innsworth. They got a couple of sisters that have been doing well. Often this must be a sister family thing. And Innsworth now, Annabelle Frist will be leading the way. And I think Innsworth's got an outside shot. I wouldn't count them out. And then of course Baylor will be in the mix as usual.
Always.
On the boys' side, in small schools, the East Tennessee team should dominate again. Upperman will represent Middle Tennessee. Hopefully they'll get a team to the tournament. In large schools, let's hope it doesn't rain them out and they get 2 days in. It looks like Science Hill again, but maybe Dixon County can sneak in there. And then in Division II, Single A looks wide open. A lot of teams lost a lot to graduation, but I'm going to go ahead and pick FRA to get it done again. In Division II AA, I like Innsworth. They bring back a lot, led by Julian Maxwell and Edward Hull. Dude, that's it. We're done. We're done with the whole thing. Thanks so much. You've been great. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Take us out of here. Tell us people what to do now. Push the buttons and stuff.
Well, we hope y'all enjoyed this week. We previewed the past season and we gave y'all a look for what's coming this year. We're going to be back next week with some score updates and what's going on in the world of high school sports. Want you to subscribe down below, hit that like button, comment with us. We want to communicate with y'all, get to know y'all, and we just want to chat, get to know each other a little bit more. Follow us on social media, Instagram and Twitter at MTHS Sports Show, and we'll see y'all next week.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much.